Hello, everyone. Final game dev stream improvement. Cable that doesn't make my microphone sound a little fuzzy. Oop, I also forgot to mute videos. Stream improvement. Cable that doesn't make my... Okay. So my desktop is muted. Let's find where I have the doubles at. Oops, alright. There we go. I found them. I had my Twitch and YouTube channel up to tweet. As I guess you saw for a second. As I closed it. Okay, so basically just doing UI stuff, which I already started on. I will show the house as well. I did some, like, not really finalized, but I did enough that it is fine. Fine, just need to do some light baking and mess with the light probes, which I'll probably do if I get done with the UI stuff soon. Which I don't really know how long it's going to take because I can use some code that I already had for a lot of this functionality, but I'm gonna need to write a lot of stuff that's new. I have a few Unity APIs I'm gonna have to look at to expedite that process. But we'll see. Shouldn't be that bad. So these are the things I'm adding to this. I'm on the gameplay setting. Oh man, that's right. Alright, so it depends on how deep I'm gonna go into this. So right now this is gameplay. This is what I was looking at. So I'm just gonna have FOV slider, mouse sensitivity, be able to show X and Y in case you want to have them have different sensitivities, invert X, and show key prompts. So show key prompts, that's gonna be a whole undertaking. That basically means that everywhere that I kind of have implicit prompts, I'm going to also be showing mouse symbol, left mouse button symbol, key. So like right here, it has like a hand that's kind of facing forward, like you're reaching a little bit, so that means that you're picking stuff up. But I will also have that, it would say like left mouse button right now, because if you press left mouse, that's how you pick it up. So I don't think that should be a default thing. I don't want it to be anyway. But I want to have a setting in there in the menus, so that way in case you haven't played in a while or just don't want to like deal with this, or you're just not used to this kind of thing, because most games kind of do have that. And also in the future, I'd like to have this be working on a controller, so that kind of it's just nice. It's gonna be nice to have in the future, because on a controller, what button you press for something like this is not as intuitive. Like I would imagine that if somebody sees this, they're gonna press one of two buttons, which is your left mouse button. I would assume that if you start the game without a gun in your hand, they will probably try E. But because you haven't picked the gun up, it's not going to do anything. And then you'll try left mouse button, I hope, for this kind of thing. At least that's the hope, for it to be somewhat intuitive that way. But for controller, I'll probably have the prompt there. One of the things that I was thinking about doing a while ago, as the way that I manage like my UI for player, is that it would have all the prompts for like the first area, and every time that you use the prompt correctly. So if I come here and I click this, and it actually like does something, right? Like it says like I can tell that he's looking at a book. If he clicks left mouse button, then that'll be like a counter, and then after you do it a certain number of times successfully, I'll turn off the UI, or I'll fade it out. I'll make it like a little bit lighter than the hand, so like the hand is like stark white here. And so with the key prompt, but then after you get it right a few times, maybe it's like 50% opacity on the key prompt. That way the player can get used to it, and some people might not even notice that. but I don't like having the key prompts there. Like, forever, I'd prefer it be symbols like these and keys. So that is kind of a huge undertaking, do the show key prompt thing, because I don't think I have that for anything except reloading. Like the one thing that I actually have key prompts on. And even until recently, I had like a little you can't see me, but I'm pointing. I had a little thing on the right side of the screen there that told you what each segment was. So like it said like, okay, the main part that you have to yeah, you have to hold A, and it would just like say that off to the side. But now I just decided to put the prompts like over top of it. So I think that made more sense. I don't know. So originally I was a lot more strict about not having prompts and trying to teach the player and then just kind of try to have the UI stuff like not be as important, but I don't think that's very reasonable to have as like a core concept of your game. Is just like I don't want to have any kind of command prompts for anything because that's just going to be confusing for the majority of people. So I don't know that I'm going to do this part, but I will do these parts, and then controls kind of has another aspect to it. So yeah, let's bring up controls. Oop. What? Oh, dude, I didn't even know this is an old controls. See, what did this look? This is like the old one. Oh, okay, I broke it up into different little menus. Good for me, that's probably smart. I'm not gonna do that this time though. Just this UI might also be temporary. I originally planned to have all the UI be inside of the journal that you can have. But considering this is gonna make no sense if you're not a game developer, but actually I can kind of explain it either way. So you have this thing right here. I assume you can see my mouse. Do I have mouse capture? Yeah, I do. Okay. So in the top right corner of the scene view that I'm rotating around, or top right corner, this little thing here that changes like the way the camera works. And so perspective is like how people see the world normally, where things get smaller the further away you are. And then orthographic doesn't make things smaller the further away you are. They stay the same size based on distance. Like there's no like lens distortion basically. And the UI for the book that I have working now works like this, where everything is kind of projected like this, where nothing gets smaller, but the book itself is presented in the game view as perspective. So if you can see, if I switch between these, that boat does not stay in the same place. It's like drastically changing position on the screen there. It's actually not getting that far away, but it definitely is counterintuitive to try to compare the two positions. So I don't think I can make something as complicated as this UI actually work in the book, but I would really like it to, so I'll probably try it. I'll probably try to have all the, like you just open up your journal, the last section will just be all the settings for the game, and that way it's not like you pause time, because this currently pauses time, and it would be a little weird not to have it pause time if it's something like this in depth. But because the book mechanically is also supposed to be something that is sort of distracting, like you kind of have to look away and look at the book, and time doesn't stop when you're looking at the journal, it feels a little bit more natural to be messing with the settings menu and have time not stop if it's like connected to something physical. So there's a few reasons why I want it in the actual book. But for now, I still have to do this, so it would still need all the same functionality if it was in the book. This is just like the visuals might be temporary, I guess, to be more precise about it. So I have field of view. I'm just going to be doing layout right now, and then I'm going to hook up all the programming afterwards. So I have FOV, then I need this to not be invisible. Is this invisible? Because this is... yeah. Okay, so I just want to have gameplay as well. Okay. FOV I'm going to put up at the top. Probably the most common thing people mess with. If they're used to games, they'll come into the menu looking for that. FOV slider is... I need mouse sensitivity. and a toggle to show X and Y. So I'll kind of be doing two things on top of each other here. So this would be that looks like way too many eyes. Word doesn't look right. Yeah, okay, it's right. And this one will be layered right on top of it because I'm gonna turn this one off and turn the other ones on. I guess I should get a little like root for the. This one's just one object. So other ones X and Y sensitivity. I'm self-conscious about typing that word. So wrong. These will be down. Down. I wish there was some. There should be some other way for me to draw attention to the fact that these are different. I guess if something like this one's just gonna pop up there, so that might be pretty obvious. Like the name's gonna change and something's just go up out of nowhere. So it should. I guess it should be plenty noticeable. And yeah, this one. That's basically set up, I guess, because this is just gonna get turned off, on. It covers the other one, so I don't even think I need to. I don't even need to uncheck the other one. I guess it's basically a toggle for this, but I do need to also make the toggle. Make an extra button for that. I already had a button. Used it for audio. Yeah. All right, so those in here. That one. Play. Don't want to test things. This that it's going to be. I probably need to make it wider to fit the. So toggle X and Y sensitivity. Y sensitivity. Maybe I should say sliders. It's kind of like a mouthful. Text smaller. Call it a day. Okay. I just realized this is a button, not a toggle. A toggle. I'm gonna try to make it look exactly like here. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I don't really want a button. I do want a toggle. Whoops. I think I did something. I did a toggle already. So here we go. Let's pull the toggle over. So that I'm switching all these to be working with Text Mesh Pro as opposed to the default text stuff. So I had it to where the checkbox on the right side because it was kind of placed to the right here. So I think I want to swap them for this. That way you kind of just there, click it. And all the text can be over here, and that way it actually doesn't really matter how long this is, because it's not really as limited to like a normal or like a good button size that doesn't stretch out too much. It's just text information, and the button's already over here. So worked out actually. Like this is easier to. It's less work basically to adjust. Label needs to go over. Way. Ooh. Button, I guess, is I'm gonna actually make it tall. I go height. That doesn't actually stretch the button. But anyway, alright, so 120. Hide this button, it's kind of way. What is this? This one's also called a toggle? Oh, I made a regular toggle. The check mark should still be in the center of this. Yeah. It's gonna be different in the future anyway, but for now, the weird little check mark, as long as it still looks the same with it being like a tall toggle like this, it's fine. Here we go. Black. And the background is this part. Hey. No, it's this part. Okay, I actually like that. I can use this. Oh, it's still a button though. Problem solved real quick. There we go. Don't want it to be a raycast target. Just supposed to chill there. $300? Yeah, okay. Oops. 409. 408. That's a little low, I guess. Right. I think that looks right. Height should be fine. Phone cable. This button, but this will just be background now. Text background. So other. Label background, I guess. So if you click on that, toggle X and Y. Man, that seems really wide. I think I'm gonna shrink it a lot more. Make it more like 200. That over. Make that text smaller. Yeah, that was like way too big. This and just bump it down to like, I think I had it like 20 before. They can be bigger than that though now. Not that big. Has to be 22. That's as small as it can go. So if that's the case, I'll just shrink this down. I don't know. It looks fine like that. Seems a little weird. I'm trying to think of. There's not really a way to deal with it, because even if I make sensitivity like a shorter word that feels more natural, I can't make it fit up here. And the size I'm kind of stuck with. So I'm just going to move on from that then. Toggle there. It starts starts off. Sensitivity, toggle it, invert Y. Okay. So now I need two toggles. I'm gonna need two toggles. So I need show key prompts as a toggle down here, and one here. So I actually need to make like a big actual UI element instead of just like these optional UI elements. Another one of those, and now it's gonna be full size. I'm probably just gonna make this whole thing flipping huge. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just make them thin and not as like tall as these. Bring it back to the size it was at before. It was 60. Oh, I tried. Which was 60. Oops. Okay, so yeah, this is actually fine because I get to put all the title stuff there. So invert Y. Invert Y should probably be before mouse sensitivity. Maybe. I guess it's connected to mouse sensitivity. I'll put it under it. It might look weird to have two toggles next to each other, so I might break it up just so can't like maybe accidentally click the wrong one as much. If that's 300 and this thing's 6, background should be 240. Text background. I was just eyeballing it before, but if it's going to be something I'm going to reuse a lot, I should actually get it right. 30 over. Why? I don't look forward to programming this one. I don't actually know what that entails. I don't think I've ever had that as an option for a project I've worked on. So now, I guess you center it now. It should be over there. I'm clicking here, so this is kind of where my vision should be focusing on. So you kind of want it to be there, but I have all this like weird extra space. So why didn't it get big enough? These other ones are 300. 360. Bad. That makes this math way easier because that just means that both of these, or this one, 100. Be offset the same. Yeah. Fine. Copy the X value here. Oh, I guess there is no X value. The invert Y is definitely defaulted off, so that's the same before. And then last thing is just the show UI, but this one I'm gonna uncheck before I actually make the build. I don't know if I'm gonna make the build on stream. I might do that at the end. I'll just make the build because this will all be finished. I'll be walking through all the changes I made to the house. I don't think I have any mechanical changes really. So everyone that keeps up with these should be caught up. So it's probably fine to make the build then, and maybe I'll talk about some of the plans that I have for this demo while it's building. I gotta make the light again. That's right. So I need to do the house stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how much time I have. So this isn't in show. You know what? I am gonna put this above the mouse sensitivity because this toggle is ridiculously not connected to the mouse sensitivity thing. So there's keeping them next to each other is probably just a bad idea. Show or show key prompts. That's what I was calling them. I probably need a better, more descriptive thing for that, but maybe I'll just add tooltips. Show key prompt. And that might default to on in the future, but for now it's going to be off because I don't have a way to show key prompt. So I can leave this, I'll leave this like with extra space, kind of like that. Here. One more, I gotta grab sensitivity there. Oop, and I should grab that as well. So these are close, and now I can also grab everything down here. Put a little bit away from field of view because they're not really connected that much. There we go. This seems like a lot better hierarchy. It actually makes me think the two bools isn't that bad being next to each other, or the two toggles. I'll leave it like this for now. I'm sure people that invert their y-axis will appreciate it not being hidden somewhere. Oh, I need to move this down as well because I can toggle this. Right, I should have left this up when I was doing the spacing. So the show key prompt needs to be like way down here. Like that. And since I'm not going to have this in this build, I will leave it like that for now. Hide that. And in the future, I should make a note of that actually, just to make sure I have it on my list. I really need to edit my Trello to actually align with my current plans for everything. Okay. Play, uncheck this. I did everything that I wrote down here. Show key prompt, invert X. All good. That gap a little bit smaller. There we go. Same size as the bottom gap, at least the white space in the bottom gap. And I kind of don't like the background being there. I don't use it for the other things. Let's try like darkening it maybe. I have like a background. Oh, used it for my other credits, I guess. Panel. Oh, I actually didn't use it for it. I meant to. I have to find it. It's somewhere in here. It's somewhere in UI. Okay, it's not in UI. I've made a poor decision. So it's on the background for, I might have actually deleted that. It was an old HUD thing. No, I used it behind it. Basically what I'm looking for is just like a kind of dark, slightly opaque thing. Sort of like a black square, but it has like the edges kind of feathered. It just fades off, so... Press C to pick up. That is an old prompt right there. I don't remember ever having C mapped to picking up. Dude, whoa, hold up. That's that has the calligraphy, like the handmade font that I have. When was C pick up? I guess maybe that was like when I had it where you could like pick things up and rotate, but a different system? That's so weird. I can delete this. I'm gonna do that. Temp messages. Probably hooked up to something that'll give me errors, so I'm gonna leave. Like whenever the consumable info, is this where I had it? Background UI. Oh crap. I'll turn that on. Oh man, wait, hold up. Okay, yeah, okay, so this is it. It does have called text backing. Genius. Genius word. Alright, we're gonna call it text background, or we're gonna move it where it should be. I spelled it wrong. Sprites, I guess it's right? Yeah, let's put it in sprites. Now I can actually have something as backgrounds. I had it, like, I think I had its opacity turned down on the... Oh god. I think I turned it on. Yeah, okay, I'll just click it. Yeah, okay. Consumable item info is a half opacity. That's probably a good level to put it at. Probably gonna leave it at full opacity for now, just so it adds like the most possible contrast, unless it just looks. So now I have background, text background. That is the wrong thing. Yeah, that is real dark, for sure. Not gonna lie. Looks weirder that it's not centered now. Ooh. I am gonna turn it down a little bit. That's pretty dark. Fine. I'm gonna do a test real quick just to make sure all the buttons and toggles and stuff are working. And that really doesn't quite look right. Gap right here, it looks out of place because I don't have another one here showing it as like a motif. Checked. That's checked in. All the sliders work. 100% sensitivity. Field of view also goes to 100. But we'll manually set that to 80 because that's where it's going to start. I need to change that to degrees as well. It still says percent. Did I do all this work in the graphics section? I did not. Okay, good. Still, it said gameplay settings there, but I guess I just copied it down. This toggle looks weird. Way too tall. It was a mistake. I know. I'm not going to readjust this though. I'll leave it as is. Or the spacing, I mean. We'll move this up here though. Y position. That's weird. This is child of the same. Okay. Is that where the anchor point is, maybe? No, they're all the same. Alright. Just a mystery, I guess, then. Just a quirk of UV's UI system. My default Y sensitivity should probably be right in the middle, whatever I decide on. We'll assume that. I'll go from 1 to 100. 1 to 101. Trigger people. These should still be percent. Why do I keep typing 60? That's weird, I did that twice in a row. Eighty is the default. That actually is pretty close to the middle too. Let's see. Let's mean oh, it is exactly in the middle. That worked out perfectly. So 20 in both directions there, 50 in both directions there. Well, sort of. 49 in this direction. And they should, I think it was doing it before. I need to check that again, but I think the numbers were syncing properly, like they should. Degrees. How do you normally abbreviate? Wow, that's degrees unit abbreviation. I just want someone to say it shorter. Is it DEG? Yes, it's DEG, but that's not. The symbol doesn't quite seem right. Maybe I'll just rearrange it slightly. So the symbol kind of makes sense to have. Alright, whoops. Double check to make sure it's just not. Yeah, I don't have a degree for this font I made. Handwriting font doesn't. What about this one? Also no degree. Impressia or Impressia doesn't have one. That doesn't seem right. I guess I'll do their default one just because it doesn't have one. Okay. Guess I'll give up, or I'll make a tiny O. There we go. That's all right. Now I'm just confused. Why is nothing showing up? All right, let's do some backs. Worked here. Liberation. Now it stops working. That's weird. Tiny O in this font, which makes more sense anyway. Degrees. That can be bigger. about right side. So it's a little bit of a bastardization of our default. And that reminds me, I should make a menu tab toggle. These for all of these just are just default Text Mesh Pro, so that's why I keep getting confused by them. Let's say button text. At the very least, I know what it is. Graphics is going to be kind of annoying. I need to look at how I'm going to program them from the API before I lay it out. That last. Okay, so here's our controls. Looks real bad. I need to have more elaboration on the reload. Although it does have, they do currently have prompts, so maybe I'll leave it like that. Reload does have prompts now. I call this arm chamber. So I recently learned that you can do like HTML tags in here, and they work. So there we go. Now everything's bold. So like that. Bold. There we go. Hey, did that actually work? Man, it's so mild that it's bold. I guess I need to capitalize it and make it bold to really make it stand out. Yeah, that bold really doesn't do much. It's kind of disappointing. It does make this look weird though. The commas look weird. So maybe I need to do a little bit more hierarchy of descriptions. Maybe bold and a bigger font. Current size is 25, so let's try 27. That does make it look a lot bigger. Probably fine. That seems good. Hold up, there's a way that I can make it so that the first letter is capitalized of everything. Let's do that. Paste that down. About just going through and capitalizing everything. What does SC mean? Is that it? Not it. This makes everything capitalized. This makes everything lowercase. There is a way you can do strike throughs. What? Yo, I didn't find this setting. I was looking for this for earlier for the book UI stuff. Good to know that it's a thing. SC me. Tooltip is not a tooltip. I swear I thought this thing had something that makes it go the first letter of everything gets capitalized. You gotta manually do it. So I think I know what I'm gonna do. Might not work. I'm gonna widen this panel, and then I'm gonna have all the prompts be left ascensioned, like over to the left, and then have all of the actual descriptions right ascensioned over here. Which I forgot you can do that with the little tags too. Pretty sweet. Really like that I know about this now. It makes everything about UI better, easier to do. Down. Everything's capitalized. Yeah, the weird part is that when I did this, I was writing with everything capitalized. I wasn't with the first letter of everything capitalized. But I wasn't sure that I was going to do it that way. And I thought that a button existed to do it for me. I just decided, I went back and changed a couple things. All lowercase. And now here I am. There is a button to make it lowercase. There isn't a button to make the first letter of each word capital. So if I do, so I don't need the dashes, but I'll leave them for just for now, just while I test out. So it's a line equals left. Things move, but I don't know if that's because it worked or because I was adding stuff. So this should be end of line. Really tell. Okay, that didn't work. Right. Doing it on mouse and look. Oh, I'm doing. Not called. Oh. Directions mixed up. This tag is applying to that one as well. We need to do a different one. Huh, that doesn't work. Okay, they need to be separate. That's why I'm glad I didn't move stuff yet. Doesn't fit in this height anymore. That would fit. This one. Wrong. This one. Specific text. Looking a little bit wide right now, but it might look better. It might be a net positive because the bottom ones have a lot more description. Double R there. RR. R is probably into reload mode, right? I haven't mentioned that yet. I just forgot to delete the lowercase one. Maybe this one I'm gonna individually adjust each one of their ascent, like or maybe maybe I will still do it to the left. Have it lined up like this. Break this off to the next. May want to look into rewording some of these as well. Are a little bit more descriptive, or maybe I'll just break those off into separate lines as well and spaced out more, which is probably good. Reload and look down, that definitely needs a line. Look down. Stayed bold, that's right. Continue tags, perfect. Mouse button. Before things were aligned as well because we had the big, or the larger text things on the same, in the same thing as these. Alright, so now I'm thinking the correct way to do this is just do spaces until everything is aligned along the center here correctly. Maybe. I'm looking at it in this view, it looks way more, this one is way more useful to figure out if it's looking. I know things aren't lined up, but good about there. So this like 2 rows thing seems fine, but things like button don't seem too far out. Maybe I drop down the the size of these so that it's more in line with the rest of them. See what I can do. I'm gonna mess with some of these options I have here. Is there a way to evenly space them? Geometrics and geometry center. Flush. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Oh. That's kind of like a little mind fuck to look. Kind of what I'm looking for. Reload and look down. I'm gonna not break this off into its right now. I think I'm just gonna change the kerning for these, so like the letter spacing. Get them all perfectly like flush in this box like this. Man, they're all the same font size right here, but it absolutely does not look like it. It's crazy. Man, this is gonna make spacing these other ones vertically really hard, I think. Oh, okay. Reload mode and look down looks good. Hold R looks ridiculous. Mouse looks ridiculous. I kind of want like these ones to be centered instead of off to the side like that. Let's see if I can override this by putting a center tag in there. That works. That makes these look a lot better. This one's right here. Mouse still looks weird. You know, now that I'm looking at it, kind of seems like what I actually want is just everything to be aligned to the center. But no, that's not true. So like these longer ones, I want them to reach up, but like mouse, I want that to be exempt from this formatting. WASD, I want exempt as well. If I put center on this, I wonder if it's going to ride the other one naturally, just because it's a different. I don't know if this is like a type of alignment or what. Technically. Hey, it does override it. All right. So this is definitely the format I'm going with then. I like this. I may have to break this up into a bunch of like 3 different chunks of it for each of these sections, but that's a small price to pay. I like how it's looking. House is looking good. Mind as well. I didn't finish capitalizing things. This is going well. I think. So look down looks a little weird, but I maybe can deal with that. I should go ahead and give them headers as well, since I'm gonna have to be doing so much formatting anyway. So why don't we just set the text size here to 27 since it's a thing now. I want to set it to bold as well. It's supposed to be basic controls. Line. So just /u. I haven't done actually almost 6 years now. That works. Nice. I want like kind of half a space. Oh, okay, that's gonna be really helpful for lining these. I do like it being a little bit more spaced out though. Let's just I need to add more though. I'll add the rest for them. This is all gun stuff, so gun controls. I'm gonna put this underneath. I didn't realize that. I'm gonna put this underneath the other one. Because the more I can do to not make guns seem important, the better. Lantern controls. Can I spell this? Okay. Lantern control, and this one should be bigger because it does look weird to me.
Oreos.
Oh God.
Oh shit, I'm stupid. Don't talk about that.
I don't. First
Wait,
of all,
why doesn't it work?
No, I was gonna say that maybe that one's default or faulty. Yeah, try like scraping the knife to get that part open in case it is there, and we just like. Okay, yeah. Oreos achieved. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll try one. I thought they look like the vanilla ones. I just realized that you talking doesn't get picked up on stream. So it probably sounds like I'm talking to myself. Sorry, guys. Wait, do I get picked up? Okay. Never mind. I thought maybe if I turn away it doesn't get picked up, but... Alright. Lemon Oreos are okay. It's not a paid endorsement. Alright, basic controls, lantern controls. That size looks good. Let's add that to the other. Thank you. Right, everything is tagged to be 7. I want to see what it looks like with small. Right. Oh, I missed the bottom stuff. What the hell? Oh, look down. Why? Why is this one weird? Is it because it's at 20? So let's put it back to 27. Okay, gotcha. 27, both those things went down to the next line. I'll have to manually do that, I guess. Cool. Alt and mouse wheel. I guess fine. Yeah. Do some more lines. Yeah, that's better. Looking a lot better. These will be keys. Function. I kind of like. So kind of need to match up the facings. Top ones are aligned. Right, these aren't. Swap these. Real close, actually. So close to being right. Aligned, those aren't quite. A little bit. Is that why they weren't aligned? actually really close to being right. It's like, gotta be some way I can make these. Correct. I'm gonna just go ahead and not say that you can check chambers with R. That'll probably be obvious to everyone when they first do it, or at least they'll eventually figure it out. I think this should just be 3 sections. It's going to be a lot easier to line them up that way. So I'll just duplicate this 3 times. So the height is that. Let's make them each 200. I don't know if that gives me enough space, but it should be close. First one is just the top part. Okay. Now I should capitalize these just to get the words better. Like visual hierarchy, or I don't know. Something like that. Final part I'm gonna do. They duplicate these over for each of them. Little arrow pointing over to them. So it's like at least a little bit more visually clear. And like 30? Yeah. I'll follow it across better. Hopefully. Okay. So reload mode and look down. Again, active reload. Alright. Look at it in where I finish the readjust the background. So it's not wide enough. Quite wide enough because I capitalize stuff. Twice as wide. Yeah. Okay. So all of these. Okay. 665. Controls, lantern control. Alright, that's actually not bad. Now I need to add a toggle to this. That'll be down here. That will show you all of these prompts on your UI as relevant. Which I may do. I may do today if I already have the UI stuff for it. Actually, how long have I been streaming? Hour and a half. Okay, probably not then. I'll just do the programming stuff for all the other things that I know I can knock out. And I'll do the actually that one yeah, I might do that one later. That one will be helpful. That one I'll do in my free time, probably off stream, because that would be really helpful for people that are just finding out about the game or haven't played much. That way they can get all the controls without having to go through the menu. So that means that when I do this, it probably will default to checked. I think that makes more sense, at least while the game's in development. Stuff may change a lot. What's the next thing I need to do? That's everything. Alright, so the toggle is just that should be under controls page. Cool. Pause for controls, gameplay, graphics. I need to do a few things for graphics. So check these. Let me get one of these. Supplies and stuff. Oh, it's not checked out. On any of the other, not the image part. Oh yeah, I copied this over as well. That's under the image. So what is that? 80. Probably need. I need more space. We'll do the same height, but 380 will be the width. Right. Turn off the button. Turn off the. Okay, so I need a drop down. I think for now I'll just do the basic drop down. The proper width. I think there's a Text Mesh Pro drop down now that I think about it, so let's. I'm gonna have this here. I should write out what I need. Still from the previous thing. So I need set full screen resolution. Alright, so full screen resolution. Is that all I'm doing right now? Oh, I can do graphics as well. It doesn't really, it's not going to do anything. Maybe I should just leave that off because 2018 is, I'm using like the experimental super beautiful package or whatever it's called. So just those two things. Actually, this doesn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. Don't need a toggle, right? I do need a toggle. Not that. Be full screen. Let's drop down, and those are the two things I'm doing. Field of view, the slider. Why was I gonna have a slider here? Don't use gamma. Can't remember, so I'm just gonna delete it. So the drop down is just gonna have all your resolutions. Toggle. Make it full screen or not. So pretty simple. Get how you can assign the script, but I've done it before and I'm pretty sure you want this not. Okay, basically on to programming. I'm gonna start with the graphics options. No, yeah, let's name them. So resolutions. Oh, I need an apply button. Okay. I had to put a button in any of these yet. Weird. So I'll do desktop, I guess. Copy this one. No, let's do 300 for 250. Put it right under it for now. Why not? Oh wait, yeah, do it down here. Yeah, maybe. I can have it switch the resolution. I'll have is right. I have on value changed. I can just call the function that does it. We'll leave it here for now. Fire keyed, I don't think. I'll have it separate for now. It's a little bit more clear to people what they're doing. EMP drop down. Assign value, I guess. Assign options, I guess. You know, let me just get I think that if I just get a reference to it, I think I just give it it'll tell me what thing it wants. So things first, I need to add like a bajillion old audio settings. Okay. Let's get rid of the old audio settings. The old credits, go ahead and copy those over. That's something that doesn't require programming, I should know. Let's just copy those. Credits aren't accurate anymore, at least not for this, but I want them in there because they've influenced a lot of it. I'm sure they changed some of the stuff. Down there, like 20. Creative lead, project manager, nice. A lot. So I'm a lot of roles. So yeah, I'll leave there. Let's do Prop artist, he did some of the bushes and like foliage that I might end up using. I don't really know if I'm gonna end up using them. Technical art, leave him there. Texture artists. People, alright, so I don't use any of his audio. Wait, actually I do, don't I? Yeah, I use some of his audio. So these ones are going to be removed. Long term. What just happened? Weird. So, nature, prop artist. I'm going to be using a lot of Ori's stuff, a lot of her stuff. And this stuff is going to be replaced for sure. The audio and the characters. Okay, so in order of likely to be replaced to least. You do 2 columns. Oh. It's like the one thing you can't do in this, I guess. Break it up into columns. Wrapping and overflow. Top page. I'm gonna try them all because I kind of think that there's a good chance that one of them. Oh. If I duplicate this here, hit this, overflow to that one. They do. Wow. Pretty cool. Pause screen. And then wait, what? Where's my menu? Manager. Menu. Huh. Menu control. That's what we're looking. Guessing it's finding. There we go. Trying. Okay. Wow, it's still trying. Main character menu control. It's on my main character? Ugh. Okay, let's get rid of that. I think why it would be that I have. Take the input. I think was probably the logic because I wanted all the input on him so I could find it. Yeah. If I like needed to figure out what buttons do what. Gonna move it off. Cool. So I'm gonna get a programmatic representation of all of these things. I want to look at by panels, write down all the components that are in it using TM Pro. I'm gonna make a new section here so I don't accidentally break anything. I don't mean to. So new UI. Wait, let's call it menu overhaul. So I guess we'll go top to bottom. We'll start where it makes sense. Credits now. Controls. Main menu. The main menu doesn't need to exist right now. I don't have a main menu. It's just a button. So just 3. So controls. So audio mixer isn't like an asset that's in here, so I need to audio? Wow. I don't do a lot of audio stuff. I didn't even know that was broken off. Audio mixer. Main mixer. Can I do each individual? Like this is that's the mixer file. And each one of these are not groups. All these. Alright, whatever. I guess I can get them from this. Hopefully. I need to make parameters. I forgot what, like, not really a pain in the ass, it's just weird kind of things. Yeah, actually, where do you add the variables at? Somewhere on here. So it's expose parameters. Do I add them through this? Gotta look that up, I guess. I haven't really messed with this system that much. I've used it a little bit. And I know you have to add a variable and then like assign this to it somewhere. And then you can change that with the UI. Alright, let's go down the control. Alright, yeah, there's one thing. So public toggle show controls on HUD. Drop frames or anything? Oh, okay. And the button doesn't need to be in here. Everything else does. I think the first thing I'm going to do is test the resolution drop down. Because I don't really remember how they work. So add options, okay. So add options would be one at a time. I think so. If I go options, yeah, options equals new systems.collection.generic list. Look at that. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I know I've done this before. I don't remember using their like proprietary option data thing. I just make it equal strings. Also I went to system.connection.generic. Do I not have that? Okay, so I have lists now. Comment this out and see if I can get new list of string. And then will you give me errors? They will give me errors. Okay. Man, that is annoying. It's annoying that they're gonna do that. I just needed to, I don't know, I just needed to store information for the player that they can read. I don't need to do any pictures or anything like that, which is what this one gives me the option to do. So that means I also need to like kind of process this. Whoa. Equals a new list. Or I guess more accurately. You know what, let's For right now, I will get the resolution method and I'll assign that all that stuff. But for now, it's gonna be public EMP drop down options data. I may look at my other project that I have that I know I've done this before, and I don't think I did it this way because it should just be a list of strings. That system is a lot more dynamic than this. I don't think I could have done, or would have put up with having to do this more accurately. I would have found a way around it. We'll do it simple resolution options. Okay, so I can set those in the inspector. I'll probably just do 1080p and happy with it. Can't convert. Type. List. This is supposed to be a list. I gotcha. My bad. Full screen. Yeah, I realize now that toggle doesn't need. I'll leave it for now. Just that I remember all the things I need to do, but I'll leave a note. I just need to give it a function, so toggle full screen. And that's kind of what I had the API up for. Not resolutions. Full. Well. To do use. Maybe if I look, let me just look at the drop down. Might be all it is that there's a setting on here. Like it looks like I'm stuck with their thing. Okay. Future I have to, I'll use that to public. Toggle full screen. They're both going to use the same thing. Or more accurately, this is going to use the same thing and take a pool. Variable. True set to false, otherwise toggle it the other way. set resolution. That as a variable. Right, set resolution. This will just be whatever current resolution. So this would be, yeah, that's kind of annoying. Drop down, it was just a string. I have to do like some weird conversion things. Or I guess no, I just this just refers to a value. And then I just need to list them. Need a list of vector 2's. So mad. Cool. Some invalid int arguments. I think that means they want me to cast these as ints. Is probably what that means. Yep. That's what that means. So press toggle, it'll do this, and then call this with whatever it gets set to. Although I guess it won't do that. I don't want it to do this part, right? That resolution would just be done by apply settings. And then this kind of is all it's doing is changing a value, and then I'll use that when you. Okay. Nothing happened. Oh wait, yeah. He wants the net. I'll go full screen. Will be set on play. Apply settings. Oh, what set resolution? Right. So I don't want it to. It doesn't take an argument. It grab it from the class variable. Why is it? Oh, gotcha. Whoops. You just press play and make sure that it fills. Oh wait, I don't have the list yet. Whoops. I don't have either list. I need to make 2 lists. Now I gotta wait for Unity. It's been really slow and weird today. Really sure why. I thought it was my memory was getting full because I hadn't restarted my computer in a couple days. System farts starts true, and I should do that here as well. So screen's true. Because yeah, I guess whatever. Full screen will be true, but let's see. If you, I guess I'm gonna have to disable the pop-up at the start. That's not already disabled. Not this. Player settings or something like that. Because if I set it to full screen when I'm launching it, then I set it to full screen when I launch it, then it'll be toggled inverse, so it'll be checked here, but you'll actually not be in full screen mode. Rather than check that, I just want to get rid of the menu, I think. Full screen window. Exclusive full screen. Oh, that's like an option now. Oh, that's great. I'm glad they added that. This should mean that it's like a borderless window. Right? Yeah, because this will be a full maximize, exclusive full screen. Versus Windows, default is native resolution. Background is fine. Why is there an asterisk? Shared setting. Okay, cool. Display resolution dial. Is that what they call it? Standalone player options. Display resolution. That's what they call it. That's right. So you... Let me just get rid of that. Hidden by default. Capture single screen. No. Why do I remember that being called something else? Probably limit the resolutions we allow. Probably get away with 16 by... Don't need others. Others. Maybe you need others to like be able to drag your screen window if you're in windowed mode. Or single instance, that's probably a good idea. Not gonna. Cool, man. That all seems good. So now if I press play, I should drop down there that I can choose. Did not actually populate. All reference accept. Cool. Wonder which of these 9,000 things it's talking about, but it shouldn't matter. On 87. Might actually be one of my functions. Sorry, 87. Here. Okay. Reference to the player. Easily done. I found the real reason why I had this here, or I had this on the player and not here. I am lazy. Dependent. Gun control. These all referenced? Yeah. All referenced as well. Nothing to do with the player. Alright, there are very few things that have to do with the player. I can't believe that actually kept that over here to avoid doing a little bit of copy pasting. Reference the player there. I guess I probably could have just got it from the game manager. I probably have, alright, yeah, so this is, wait, that doesn't make sense. Let's see. Let me think. Had it to where on the player there's a script that turns off all things that take input, but I forget why. I think it's just for pausing. Or maybe for like starting the game. Nice. 720. Apply your settings. No, resolution. The drop down has a real bad size as well. I'll see if I can adjust that. God. Can't believe this doesn't automatically scale. I need to pull this thing. This is turning into a whole thing. Alright, so yeah, so that looks about right. That's like about the proper size that it was messed up being. Funny that it shows the full size here, so that's the content. Roll rec. Okay, so the content here. The toggle. Never even looked at how these things work, so that's the check mark, and there's the. Alright. So this whole thing here to be bigger, I guess. I don't know if me changing it here is actually going to change anything. Stretches there. So if I just change the height here, the regular height is like 60. Yeah, 60. Does it actually grab this and make duplicates of it? Tell you to auto size. Check mark is just gonna be weirdly small. Let's just see if this works, and I can reformat it a little bit more if this actually works. Going. Okay, so it does show it at that size, but it doesn't rescale the whole window. At least I know I can change that kind of stuff, and it actually becomes permanent change, I guess. Oh, I know why. It's because I didn't scoot it down, so it needs to be kind of placed where it was before. Kind of funny. I don't know if I like that they do it that way, or I don't like it, because it does make things more dynamic, but because like change the height. So like it seems like the most reasonable thing I would do is change the height, but I guess if I scoot it down here, why do I feel like that didn't move anything? I'm still seeing that root. Okay. Scoot it down like that. I need to uncheck that checkbox. Yeah, I still see this thing right here, leading me to believe that it wants to move this there. I move it to 0. Alright. Let's just do negative 15. Should work out. Fingers crossed. If this works, I'm probably going to call it here. The rest of the stuff actually like even easier than this was, basically, because I already have a lot of the functions made. Kind of surprised that this part was the easy part. Programming isn't really like something I like to do on stream anyway that much, at least if I can avoid it. It's not really the kind of streams I like watching. Alright, we're close. It resizes it inappropriately. This is kind of like towing the line between programming and like actual content production. Or the kind of stuff I'd like to skew towards. Whatever this is, I gotta solve this with the current Unity version. One of these things, somehow I have to tell it the height that I want it to be. Now that this thing is 60, but it's still formatting things as though it's like 30 or whatever it was before. Weird. If I hover over the scroll bar, you can see it tick between 0 and 1 over there on the right. Real weird. So template. It's all the way up here. Text. Template is this entire thing. Gotcha, so that's how it's pulling the data. Yeah, it's too bad. I'm not really seeing a clear way to make it grab new sizes. I mean, as it previews, that's about the right size I want it to be. So it's this thing. The fact that the roots are up here. This thing needs, I need to change how it's shaped. So that's it scaling. But its anchors are in the spot. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep scaling there. Maybe if I... Alright. That's something. The line looks like it's in the right place. I don't know why changing the height here doesn't actually change how these things proportionally change. Just because of that. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So the last part that actually kind of looks like it's the old size, or at least sized the same way the original one was. Maybe probably, I think I know what it is. It's probably that the building that I have here is more complex than it was, and probably some parts of it aren't marked as static. Might be causing the load problems as well. So maybe while I'm doing the UI stuff, I should just turn off everything. I didn't do it. Right, and I don't have a scroll. That way I can get better load times. Let's try that. And disable the house and see if that helps. I was incorrect. Keep this where it was. Here. There's a stretch. Am I incorrect about that? Why is it not the one I was clicking before? Yeah, okay, here we go. That one does want to be there. Content top there. Not the right height. 60. Back. Now we got it. That'll be it. Toggle back on. I don't want full screen to be above this because it's going to be like that even when I drop down, right? Let's test that, and if it's not the case, it can be the last thing I change for ending the stream. We'll test getting rid of the test home as well. So, how does this affect the load times? Because I think it still needs to be loaded, but I wonder if it's just all the pre-processing for rendering that's actually causing it. It's still pretty long. So it's not that. Could be that the actual amount of data in the house is what it is, so it is actually the load times in that regard. It should be the most complex thing in the scene. I probably have a lot of stuff in start and awake functions that don't necessarily need to be there. The actual project folder, or project content itself is quite old. There we go, that's all done. Just apply it and it'll change the resolution. Cool. I'm gonna uncheck the save thing as well because I can't save right now. And turn the house back on. Okay, that'll be the end of the stream, guys. Hopefully next time I'll have all the UI stuff done, which means I'm just gonna clean up the house and make it look a little more presentable, and then that'll be the new build that I'll put on itch. Feel free to download it. The link's down below. It's the sunrise picture if you're on Twitch, and it's just down in the description if you're on YouTube. Thanks for watching.